Hello, my name is Roberto Hoyle, and I'm here to talk to you today about our paper on privacy norms and preferences for photos posted online. We know that norms shape our perception of privacy and that people share images in a way that conforms to those social norms. But we were curious, what factors influence those norms? So we wondered what the thought process was for people encountering images online. Does this photo look private? Should it be shared? How about this one? Prior research has shown that areas of a home are considered sensitive information. Specifically, in a life logging study that we ran, images of bedrooms or those containing computer monitors or screens were deemed sensitive and less likely to be shared. So we ran a research study with these hypotheses. I'll cover these in the findings section, and there's more details in the paper. To evaluate the hypotheses, we ran a factorial vignette study on Amazon Mechanical Turk in which we asked respondents questions about one of 6 images for each of 12 conditions. We, in addition, asked demographic, technological, and privacy scale questions. We varied the number of people present, the location, which was either a bedroom or a non-bedroom, and whether there were visible monitors or screens. Each participant was shown one random image for each of the 12 conditions. We would ask them questions about the image to see if they saw the features that we were investigating for this condition. Then we asked them, if you saw this photo on social media, how strongly do you agree or disagree with the following statement? I think it is private and should not be posted to social media. Each respondent would be shown a different random image matching that condition. To summarize, we focused on 2 dependent variables. The participant imagined they took the photo and the participant imagined that they were in the photo. Presence of monitors, locations, and number of people in the image were used as independent variables. We explored the use of privacy and technology scales in our model. These consisted of the Weston questions, other questions about social media and cell phone usage, and one question asking if they identified as a private person. We additionally asked demographic questions such as race, gender, and age to use as controls. We also controlled the images, making sure all subjects were non-white, adults, and balancing the numbers of women and men. All of these were fed into an ordinal logistic regression model. Now, on to our findings. We found no evidence that bedrooms were considered more private than non-bedrooms. Interestingly, we found that the presence of visible monitors led to images being deemed less sensitive rather than more sensitive. We found that images with one person were 2 to 4 times more likely to be considered private as compared to those with no people. We also found that images with 2 or more people to be less private than images with no people. Weston's scale did not appear to influence perception of privacy, but Jensen's scales were significant for pictures in which the subject imagined being in the photo or that the photo was of their own home. The self-identification question was also predictive of behavior, with those who indicated they were a private person being 2 to 4 times more likely to say the images were private and should not be posted online. In most cases, own home in photo are ranked as being perceived as more private. More specifically, images that enable greater access to the subject are more likely perceived as private than those with lower or no access. Let me now talk about what our findings may mean. We found that the complex privacy scales that we used did not correspond well to behavior. The question, do you identify as a private person, however, did correspond with behavior. This implies that new privacy measures are needed that are better at predicting behavior. We also found evidence that norms are robust to differences in preferences, and that expectations of privacy may be collectively shared. This provides support to theories of privacy as access to self and others, and that it is governed by norms. In particular, contexts that allowed greater access to self have higher expectations of privacy, and that this may imply that the privacy paradox may be due to a lack of specification of context. Finally, there's more than just simple features in an image that will determine if they are deemed sensitive. More investigation is needed into what aspects of these images may influence perceptions of privacy. May it be whether the room is clean or messy, or the contents of a monitor or screen? More research is needed. Now, we would like to thank our sponsors and conclude by saying that we found that there are common features to images that lead to them being perceived as private or not private. The relationship of the viewer to the image is important, and individual privacy preferences matter. We believe that learning about evolving social aspects of privacy can help guide design of technical tools to assist users. Thank you for your time.